And we are on the internet. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Journey into Undermountain. As you can see, we are down a player, but that is fine. We're going to do a little bit of a possible side situation, or let these two wander around by themselves, and I'll puppet somebody through. Either way should be a good time. Last we left off, we had just knocked on a mysterious door in a hallway, which we knew a dark elf to be sitting behind, meditating on a bed. A voice from within said, "Come in."
I suppose that means we should go in.
I believe you might be right.
Which one of us knocked on this door? I don't remember.
It was actually your large friend Nergan.
Oh, so it's not even our problem that we have to fix here now.
Just
Okay.
gonna ding dong ditch him, just run away, leave
Yeah.
him there.
All right. Well, I'll open the door a little bit and kind of like poke my head around.
Alright. You find yourself looking into a smallish bedroom, fairly humble, but some nice stuff stacked into the corners. Whoever lives here obviously enjoys very nice things and brought some of them with him to whatever this is. In the middle of the room, there is a large table with a domino game set up, and a glass fishbowl with a goldfish swimming around in it. And sitting on the bed is a dark elf. Down through the hallway just below him, you can see a room full of scurrying little were-rats. He looks at you as you come in and says, "You're late. A week late at this point."
I think you might have us confused for someone else. We didn't mean to disturb you or anything. We're just kind of lost, and we're wondering if you had any, you could kind of point us in the right direction, had any information about these kind of the rooms around here. But if you're waiting for someone, we can just get out of here.
He sighs and says, "At this point, I don't think they're coming." And you hear a voice, and it takes you a second to place where the voice is coming from. It's not the were-rats. The goldfish turns in the bowl and says, "Sorry, old chap, I think it might be another week. Maybe they got lost on the first level."
Uh, if you don't mind my asking, who are you expecting? Maybe we ran into them on our way through.
He kind of knits his eyebrows together and says, "A team of sorts that was meant to complete a mission concerning some things down here. Sorry, I don't want to give you details without knowing
Of
exactly who you
course, of
are.
course.
Rizaril, lovely to meet you. He points at the goldfish and says, "Is my friend Gil."
Uh, Kuro, and this is Nantaris, and we had another friend here, but I think he wandered off.
Oh,
And,
there's
and
many
this is
hallways.
Jebediah.
Oh yes, and Jeb.
Oh, well, see, I thought having a goldfish alive down here was strange.
It's not strange at all.
Guess keeping aquatic pets underwater is surprisingly normal.
I'm afraid I
They're underground.
don't know as much about the nearby rooms. I've been staked out here for about a month or so. There are Nothics in the nearby rooms. One of them has an arcane lock. If you're looking to pass it, I could open the door for you.
There are
But
what in the sorry, what in the nearby rooms?
uh, Nothics, creatures twisted
Gothics?
by, yes, magics, some necromantic types occasionally. Sort of bony, scrawny creatures, one large eye, pointy teeth, speak a load of nonsense.
Oh, are they dangerous?
They can be, but they're fairly easy to scare off if you have any amount of showy magic. I've
Mm.
cast Prestidigitate tiny sparks at them before, and they've run screaming, so.
Okay, well, good to know. Good to know. We heard the rambling, but we weren't sure what was in there.
Indeed, previous denizens now lost to sanity.
Bummer.
What's with the
Otherwise,
were-rats?
oh, well, those are employees of mine. We work here to survey uh, an encroaching issue, if you will. Are you by chance harp players? Kuro, you catch that that's a little bit of out loud thieves' cant. You've heard
Oh,
that certain phrase before. It's a phrase that harpers use to identify one another. Harpers being well, not a small group. They're kind of all over Faerun. A group of kind of do-gooders, but a bit chaotic. Each unto themselves is their own little agency, and they go out and do things in the world and reach their hands into things to adjust the outcome.
I don't know if that's something we want to associate with or not.
By chance, I might be.
He makes a
I I I may be in their employ.
he gives a nod. Well, the people that I was waiting for are also in the habit of playing harps. They had a mission concerning, well, the Xanathar Guild. This particular level is actually inhabited by a rival guild. They're a bit ways down past the Nothics, so they have a bazaar set up, a lot of goblins, bugbears like your friend out there, that sort
Yes,
of
we
thing.
ran into them.
It's a rival gang to the Xanathar Guild, which operates on some of the same similar levels, though at a much more powerful fashion.
And are these heart players of yours supposed to get this gang out of here? Is
No, it was more of an infiltration mission.
I see.
Uh, a swap out for a particular individual for another individual. A rescue mission, but also an infiltration spy mission. It was to be quite exciting, from what I understand.
Well, they I don't know how helpful we can be, but they did let us through. We are somewhat friendly with them. If there's a way that we can help.
Uh, Indeed. Well, you would be posing as members of the guild if this were something you were to be interested in. Uh, I am already late with getting this done, so is this in your wheelhouse? I assume you'd be adventurers, and I find you're most frequently mercenary subtypes.
Looking into ours.
I'm already in the hire of certain harp players for the reasons, which is one of the reasons why I'm here. So another job
Oh,
for harp players wouldn't be an issue.
so
It's
is
up.
this
I
something
mean,
you're wanting to do as a art player?
as yes, as an official harp player, I think it would be entertaining and a great story to tell.
All right, well, what else do we have to do?
Collect skulls for Nurgin.
He is out in the hallway just actively
Yeah.
picking skulls off of the ground.
That doesn't have a time limit. We can drag our feet on that one a little bit.
Well, if you do have an interest, I mean, it's not a free paid job. The payout is at least 1,000 gold, if that would suffice. It is a dangerous mission, of course, though we don't expect you to risk your lives if needlessly. You can always run. Running is always an option.
Hopefully that won't be necessary.
Indeed. Well, should that money speak well enough to you, we are looking to replace my friend Gil here. He motions towards the goldfish. He needs to be swapped out for another friend of ours whose name is Finn.
Okay.
I don't suppose you're not familiar with the Xanathar, are you?
I am not. I'm a freelancer.
Well, the Xanathar himself, the leader of the guild, you're aware, is a beholder, of course.
Yes.
Well, he has a sort of vacation sanctum that he enjoys spending time in, and he always brings his goldfish with him. Now, the first goldfish was named Silgar, but that was several generations ago. So lately, we've been replacing them with awakened goldfish, such as my friend Gil here, and they are able to report using sending stones back to the Harpers as to what the Xanathar is up to, and he stopped trying to read the goldfish's mind a long time ago as he didn't succeed with the first Silgar, and that's why it holds such a fascination for him.
So we just need to do a switcheroo with the goldfish. That's all.
Yes, he is known for being a bit eccentric in his sanctums. They are well known for being both party spots but also incredibly dangerous. Getting past the guild itself won't be a problem, but getting through the sanctum itself could be. Once you are inside of the sanctum itself, it is rumored that he is in current hibernation. So he will be in the room where you are switching the goldfish. So doing so quietly would be of the utmost importance.
Right, yeah.
So
Oh,
don't go in crossbows blazing.
I would consider running afterwards if you were to do so. He is, from what I understand, hesitant to destroy his own inner sanctum. So there's usually a lack of disintegration, but if you get him angry enough, anything's possible.
Do they
right. Well,
like weird
sneak.
things?
Uh, they love odd things. Well, Beholders in general love odd things, but Xanathar in particular is of an interesting sort.
I have a suit of armor I think they will love.
Are you going to give him Grandpa Skin Suit?
Yes.
Rob is going to murder you. But
Well,
I support this. I think it would be funny.
should you waken the Xanathar, plying it with gifts might not be a terrible way to go if it lets you survive long enough to do that.
We'll keep it in our back pocket.
Indeed. Well, if these terms are agreeable to you, I have a bag for you. He sets up a bag on the table, and it's marked for another adventuring party. You can see their name on it is Gargoyle Gang. He just crosses that off real quick and flips over the tag and says, "What should I write?" Uh,
What do we want our team name to be?
I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead.
We'll be the Octo Squad, and Jeb is our leader.
he just writes
I, I,
Octo Squad.
I can agree with Octo Squad
Puts a little
because there's 8 of
TBD,
us.
Yes.
little TBD out in the corner. All right, fair enough. You'll find in there a few potions of healing and one of Hill Giant Strength, should you find yourself in need of that.
Great. You didn't meet these adventurers before? This gargoyle gang?
No, they were
No.
hired in the yawning portal above, but that was some time ago, according to the message that I got. So I expected them to be down here by now, which leads me to believe they may have been held up on another level.
Do you know what races they were?
That's what I was going for because I can change my appearance if there's a form that you think would be more help me blend in better.
Well, that is up to you. You will find the Xanathar gang has a wide array of different peoples. I believe they have a vampire in their employ, but also some goblins, a few of my people, a few regular elves, bugbears. Really, anything can fit in as a freelance worker. You see, the Xanathar Guild themselves is aware that the fish are switched, because goldfish don't live that long. They let
Mm.
Silgar die once. Xanathar tore down the entire sanctum and half of the guild along with it. So they are more than happy to have assistance in replacing this fishy as needed, but they
I,
are unaware of who exactly that it's being replaced for.
things we do for our pets.
Gil says,
Yeah.
I'm really not a pet. Actually, a very intelligent creature, thank you."
Things we
Come out
do
of
for
that bowl
our
and tell me.
roommates.
What would happen if I put Jebediah in the fishbowl? Who would win?
Probably Jebediah. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is a goldfish. It's an awakened goldfish, but it's a goldfish.
I'll feed Jebediah the potion of hill giant strength. Put it in the bowl.
Wait, so are they said they're getting these goldfish and they're awake. Is awakening something like a process that you could do? Can we awaken Jebediah?
Uh, yes, if he's dumb enough to begin with. There's a threshold. Animals have to be a certain, or trees. You can do trees as well.
Okay. So we have to figure out how dumb he is and if he's
And find
dumb
yourself
enough.
a very decent wizard or another type of caster, yes.
Hmm, that might be harder.
We'll
I'll
see
keep
what
it in
we can
mind.
do.
I will change into a drow, slightly shorter, with longer hair, longer white hair. But I'll
Alright.
braid real quick. I guess just point us in the right, point us in the direction of this guild.
Well, I'm happy to. Of course, your friend over there is welcome to stay here and play dominoes after he gets done hunting skulls, if he's done before you all. Ah, right, in any case, he kicks a piece of the floor and the wall folds down into a set of stairs leading downwards.
Pretty
Uh,
sick.
Secret passage should take you right up to, it'll look a bit like a sewer grate, just wiggle that loose, and then whenever you get there, you're going to want to give them the passphrase, which searches his pockets for just a second and pulls out a slip of paper. Maximum efficiency.
Maximum efficiency. Got it. And Taurus, you got it? So I'm not gonna remember that.
Maximizing efficiency.
Or is it maximum efficient? I've already forgotten.
It's maximum efficiency.
Oh, fish, huh?
It's
Funny.
not good. Don't laugh at that.
I have really low standards for humor.
Oh man. Well, as you all make your way down to this lower level, you find yourselves very quickly walking in and amongst members of the Xanathar Guild. They seem a lot like your average other mercenaries. Probably
Are we
just happy to be paid. Yes.
are we just holding a fishbowl or is he like in the bag?
You can put him in a backpack, you can put him in a sack,
We
depends
should
on what you want.
probably not be walking around with the fish. Or maybe we should, because if they'll be like, oh, this is the fishbowl crew, we should let them through there. This is important. What do you think?
What if we hide the fish in Jebediah's bucket?
I think that would be uncomfortable for the both of them.
True. Stick him
I'll
in a
just
sack.
carry the bowl for now.
Alright.
So, because it seems like everyone knows about the scheme except for Xanathar, who's asleep.
Yes.
So everyone should be fine with it. Unless someone's like on the actual fish crew and it's like, I thought that wasn't happening until next week. But we'll deal with that when we get there.
That's fine. Making your way through what appears to be a small kind of guild bar with multiple different things on tap, water Davian variety. You find yourself looking at a large set of double doors with two guards on either side, both of them bugbears, and a giant eyeball with 9 spokes coming off of it in the middle. Pretty obviously the entry to probably that vacation sanctum previously mentioned. As you approach, the guards take a look towards the fishbowl. Would you like to go ahead and make a kind of cursory persuasion check?
Sure.
You look pretty reliable already, but just in case.
That's a nat one for a 6.
All right. They stop. They kind of stop you at the door. And say, "Where do you think you're going?"
I'm delivering the fish.
They look down as if seeing the fish for the first time. Oh,
I'll hold him up.
Kind of squint. You're not the crew that did this last time.
No, it's my first day.
Would you like to make a deception check?
Sure. I can't do worse than last time. 10. It's not worse than last time.
He squints at you and he gets real close to the fishbowl and looks down at the fish, Gil, and kind of squints at him for a second. And you watch Gil do his best deception check of "I'm just a fish," just swimming back and forth like he has no brains. And he squints at it for a second, squints over at Nintaris, and then finally down at the octopus in the bucket. What's that for?
This is Jebediah.
Emotional support animal.
Is he staying with the goldfish then?
No, he's with us.
Yes,
Oh, for disposing of the old goldfish. Good call.
yes.
Uh-huh.
100%. That's exactly why Jebediah's here.
He's the best at what he does.
He nods a little bit, still looking suspicious, but you all are holding a goldfish bowl. It is the right time for that. He pulls the door open, looks over at the other one, and says, 5 gold says they don't make it back out, as the door shuts behind you.
Oh, this is why I don't talk.
You did really well.
Uh,
They had you had them eating out of the palm of your hands. You could be a bard. You did brilliantly.
yeah?
A hundred
Persuasion
percent.
check.
Is it persuasion or is it deception?
Yeah, this is persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh, well,
14. Pretty persuasive.
it's pretty persuasive.
All right, I'll believe it. All right. Maybe I could be a bard. Maybe.
You can definitely be a bard.
As you all enter this set of double doorways, you find yourself in a very steamy room that slowly begins to clear, and as the air blows around a little bit, your eyes adjust. You see you are all standing in what appears to be a bathhouse. Large main pool, some small thermal spas. For just a moment, there is a heart attack, a just second where between beats your heart stops as there is this massive floating round orb, one giant eyeball in the middle, multiple stalks coming off of its head, grinning down at you as you realize it's not moving. And it's made of stone, but it
Hmm.
is definitely floating. There's a floating statue of Xanathar in the middle of this pool of his, just kind of creepily looking at you through the open doorway. Through the mist, you can also see that there are multiple murals along the wall that appear to be mostly people taking baths, getting clean. However, there is one on the far wall that shows a fully dressed gnome just very confidently strutting through the curtain at the far side before getting struck by a disintegration ray.
Oh, does that mean clothes aren't allowed in here?
I don't know.
Hmm. I mean, I'd rather just test it than take my clothes off, so I'll go in.
All right. As you walk past the various things, you make your way towards the curtain, and as you touch the curtain, a glyph on the floor lights up underneath of you. You find yourself teleported directly back to the front door.
Well, I didn't get disintegrated.
You didn't. Does that mean we have to be naked?
They didn't say that was part of this job. I might have thought it was 1,000 gold, but I still would have thought about it a little more.
Like maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would
I'm
have gone like, oh, maybe not before saying I'd do it. But
could have haggled for a bit more if I knew I was going to have to get naked.
yeah,
Like it
I
takes
feel like that should
effort.
be part of the contract.
It takes a lot of effort to put the clothing on. Like there's layers of
And I have
clothing.
armor on and stuff, so like,
Yes, I'm totally just wearing clothing.
If one of you would like to make an Arcana check to try to figure out exactly what sort of magic is at play here, and if in fact nudity is involved or not.
I will do any check to. Oh, let's go, dirty 20.
Very
I
nice.
really don't want to be naked.
Well, looking at it, you think it's probably implying more that humanoids are filthy creatures and it doesn't want you in its place with all your filthy human shoes and mud and various other accoutrements.
I think just our feet have to be naked. Give that a try. Take my boots off and try and go through the curtain.
You take your boots off and you are teleported back to the start, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw as an eye stalk pops out of the ceiling before shooting a ray at you.
19.
Very nice. You briefly feel very sleepy, but do not fall asleep.
All
Okay,
right, I'm out of
so
ideas.
Xanathar doesn't like feet. Keep feet covered, rest of us
Yeah.
naked. We just wear socks.
Just for her sock. Um,
How did we get here?
Jebediah, go and explore the room. I'm gonna get Jebediah to explore the room because he's not wearing anything.
he's wearing a bucket.
Leave the bucket, Jebediah. Thank you.
Well, Jebediah comes out of his nice clean water into the room and makes his way through, and you watch as he parts the curtains and just crawls through without an issue. He
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 likes
just took a
tentacles.
bath.
Are we too dirty?
Are we?
How long has it been since your character last had a bath? Isn't
I,
that the
s-
ultimate question?
I swam in sewage and Nurkin did the prestidigitation thing.
hmm
It's only been like 2 days, right?
But
How
there's been a
often?
lot of blood.
That's true.
Like, I'm fairly certain I still have some lethargy on me.
Are there like showers around? Like when you go to the pool and you have to shower before you get in the pool?
There appears to mainly just be the steaming pools themselves.
Are we in the room with the pools or is it curtains then? Is there a map I should be looking at? There
Yes.
is a
There,
map. Okay. I was on the
there,
wrong tab. I was on my
there is a
character sheet.
corner of a map that I can see
Okay.
with a little eye in the middle.
So there's not a way on our side of the door to clean ourselves.
You could try prestidigitate.
I don't have that.
Okay.
I give all of my characters prestidigitation when given the option because I think it is the best cantrip, but
It's
it was not
handy.
an option.
I don't have it either.
You could also potentially try just washing your shoes.
Is there a How mad would Jeb be if we used his bucket to clean our shoe?
Well, Jebediah is not currently here, and what he doesn't know won't hurt him.
We can get him new water in there.
And he can make his own water.
Yeah,
Have you seen the little
We
cloud
can?
that follows him?
You all
Hmm.
can get to the water. It is this secondary curtain that you have trouble passing.
Oh, so we can be in the room with the washing things.
Yes,
We're just,
it's just the
oh,
curtain past it that seems to be giving
got
you
it.
issue.
I thought
Oh,
we couldn't get in here. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that that was the point of contention until just a second
Okay.
ago. Apologies. I was looking at the map going, I don't know what you're.
okay. You know what? I'm gonna dip my hand in one of the pools of water. How warm is it? Is it
uh,
like pleasant?
the middle one is fairly pleasant cool. The outer ones are all thermal steam spas, so they're like bathwater temperature.
I'm going to have a bath.
I was gonna say, do we have a time limit on this? Can we just have a bath?
Come on, Jebediah.
You
Because
two,
I kind of want to just have a bath too
you
while we're
two
here.
easily enough can clean yourselves up, and you smell fresher than most of the rest of the dungeon at this point. You do discover a lot of various bottles of oils in odd scents named after different planes of existence, like Ice Plane, smells a little minty.
Hmm.
I have a bar of soap as well if you just want normal soap.
No, I want to smell like the to ice place.
Well, Kuro comes out smelling minty, and Nantaris comes out smelling soapy.
Is there anything that's Feywild labeled?
There is one that is labeled Feywild, yes.
I am bathing in that.
Would you like to roll a d100?
Yes. Watch me die.
We're gonna go back to that dark elf smelling so nice and looking great and be like, what did you do?
What happened?
What happened?
Nothing.
47.
Very nice. Uh, Nantaris, you do get very clean. You do smell a lot like the Feywild, what you have experienced of it. And your skin's a very pale blue. Your fur has been dyed this very light, incandescent blue.
You matched Jeb.
Well, this is delightful. I'm gonna put the bottle in my bag.
I'm
You're
stealing
stealing?
Xanthar's bath oil.
It's free real estate. I can change my color
Free
whenever I
real
want.
estate.
It's free real estate. Oh my. Well, newly cleaned up, you have no problem moving wherever about the room you so wish. You do see at the end of the curtain, as you are now able to poke your head past it, there is a sign that is painted in gold that says parlor above the door.
Is that the only way to go?
It does seem to be the only doorway that you're aware of. You know that you were told it had chambers, so you would guess it's probably a small collection of its party chambers before its bedroom.
Shall we step into the parlor?
I think stepping into the parlor would be wonderful.
As you step into the parlor, saloon music greets you as you open the doors. There is scattered across the room pillows, sofas, ottomans, and a chandelier hanging over the floor. On the west side of the room, there's a fully stocked bar with wines and spirits imported from everywhere from Barovia to Mulhound, which is a really long way away. Tall, empty glasses with built in swirly straws stocking the shelves
Ooh,
above. Sitting at the bar and lounging on pillows are several small stone orbs that all look to be sculpted with the features of a miniature beholder, one eye, multiple little eye stalks. One of them is actively telekinetically polishing a glass with a wet rag behind the bar. Two more appear to be playing cards. As the door opens and you see them, the music stops and you hear the record screech as the bartender's glass drops to the ground and shatters. All the stone beholders stop their activities and turn to stare at you, screaming, "Intruders! Disintegrate!" at once. Would you like to roll initiatives?
but we're clean.
But we're clean. You are clean. It let you through the curtain.
Got a 9.
13.
Very
Why
nice.
did I take the spell Disguise Self when I'm a changeling? I'm swapping that out later.
Jebediah gets his own initiative roll.
Very nice.
Uh, 4.
All right. Well, it looks like one of the beholder bots, by the way, which is what these are called, beholder bots, is going to go first. I need my list of eye rays. All right. Can I have Nantaris go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
That was almost so bad. 14.
You just manage to tap dance your way away from these tiny little sparks of electricity that spark at your feet as this lightning bolt comes out of one of the tiny floating orbs of stone. And that is its 15. You had a 13, so you are up next.
So, are there tokens for the little bots on the map?
You know what? There should be. Whether or not there are, Just draw in some little ones.
Well, I wanted to see if I could move it after I've.
Ah, I haven't
It
tried that
doesn't
yet.
look like that I can.
Well,
So
we
now
will.
I've just made a mess. Let me get rid of that. Okay.
Oh, you're fine. We will just substitute some goblins, as beholder bots are not a
Oh,
thing.
that's just dust on my screen.
Alright, they have been renamed.
Okay, so looking at the beholder bots, uh, I'm going to cast Shatter
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
here at level 2,
Okay.
which means they are all within 10 foot going off the ruler, I believe, off of that point.
Looks right. Roughly so.
Uh, it's a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because
Ooh,
they are in creatures made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
that they are. Let's see what we got here. Oh boy. Okay, we are looking at a 7, a 12, and a 17.
17 saves because spell save with the 15.
Amazing.
So that's 2 fails, 1 save. So they take half. So 19 damage total for 2 of them, and half of that for 1.
Amazing. You watch as the two in front crack in half and drop to the ground,
Let's go.
leaving one soul one at the back looking very confused. Let's see, we had a 9. The next beholder isn't till a 7, so Emma, you are up next.
Um, I am going to try to Toll of the Dead,
Ooh,
which is a wisdom saving throw, please.
absolutely. How's a 5?
I'll take it. That's great. Uh, and it is missing hit points already. Yes.
It sure is.
Tight. So it'll take 1d12. I'll take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Oh no. Alright, well, it is still unfortunately alive, but it does take your damage as it was previously damaged.
All right, get him, Jeb.
Uh, Jebediah had a 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've only got one Beholder bot left that has a 2, so Jebediah, one last hit before
Get
it
him,
comes back
Jeb.
to an eye ray.
Yep. And extras. Jebediah has a speed of 15. Jebediah to. Yes. That is 15 foot.
You got it.
uh, he's going to attack with tentacles,
Alright.
which is an 18 to hit.
Very nice.
If I
Yeah,
get it.
definitely hits.
Uh, they take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled with an escape DC of 10.
Alright, 1 point of bludgeoning. Alright, it is grappled. It can't do a lot while it's being held onto by Jebediah, so it will attempt to shoot an eye beam at Jebediah. Which eye beam? Hang on. Can Jebediah make a wisdom saving throw?
Dirty 20.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes.
Jebediah's wisdom easily fends off the rock form that this is, and has no issue surviving that charm ray.
Jebediah.
Which does roll us back around to the top with Nintaris with a 13. Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. That seems like an easy enough thing to do.
It's always a solid choice.
And a 22 to hit.
Easily enough, yes.
6 points of force damage.
It is just barely still alive.
Maybe I could do one more point of damage for you.
You can certainly try. As you watch an Eldritch Blast shoot into it, it cracks and very nearly falls in half, but just has that little bit of rock left at the bottom as it's kind of shakily floating there. I do believe, since all the rest of them are dead, that brings us back to Kuro.
All right, I'll toll the dead again. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Right. These things are terribly unwise, to be honest. 13.
I'll take it. 10 necrotic damage this time.
Amazing. It dramatically splits in half with no issue, perhaps doing more than triple the amount that it needed.
Make sure it's dead.
It crumbles into dust at the foot of the bar, and you find yourself standing in a room that is silent. The music box that had been turning in the back stopped at the record screech, so it's just sitting back there slightly frozen. It looks like you came into a party that there's no one left at.
I'll hop over the bar and see if there's any good liquor worth stealing, since we're stealing.
I'm going to try and. How big is the music box?
Oh yeah, I should turn that back on too, so they don't suspect.
The music box has a crank on it, so you have to crank it to play it. And whenever you stop cranking it prematurely, it does the record screech kind of comedically. So it is about normal music box size, like your head, roughly.
I'm going to put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Should you ever decide to go selling, that thing is worth about 400 gold, you would
Hey
estimate.
yo.
Also worth a significant amount of money. Roughly 200 gold worth of various Waterdavian, Barovian, and other alcohols in this long line of various liquors up here.
Hero, are we on agreement that should we just loot everything?
I don't know if we should take everything. 'Cause,
We'll
like,
leave
if
like
someone
one
comes through
bottle.
here and sees that enough stuff's missing, that's gonna be a little. But I mean, I'm not opposed to taking a few.
I mean, there are glasses with built-in swirly straws.
There are glasses with built-in swirly straws, Nantaris.
I mean, I can make really good food and would have really good drink in squirties in the
Yeah,
glasses.
well, we just don't need to take all of it. What do you want? I'll grab. What do you want me to grab?
Spirits, please. Like a whiskey or a brandy.
I will grab a whiskey or a brandy in one of those mugs with the swirly straws.
All right, easy
Or do you
enough.
want one too? Do you think Nergan wants one? Nergan doesn't care. Nergan
He
doesn't need to
likes
know.
he likes skulls. I tell you what, I'll take him a broken beholder thing.
Well, you might like that.
You feel
I
like
think
you
he'd
could probably
appreciate.
glue it back together, the two halves, just make a little statue.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take the broken beholder bot, and
Okay.
then we get the fun stuff.
All right. You
Sounds good.
pick up the fun things and variously expensive things for yourselves. There is another doorway in here. This one you don't see a handle on, however. You do see a plaque on the front of it. It appears to have a riddle.
Love that. What does the riddle say?
I know it's your favorite thing. Let's see here. I believe. Yep. The riddle is, I am perfect in shape and size. I rise each morn upon the skies. Vision in heavens beyond, yet children cry if I fall in the pond. What am I? It's just a plaque on the wall. in front of this sort of stone crafted doorway. You could see probably doing a slide thing if it were activated.
The sun.
That's what I was thinking, but the thing about the pond is weird. Do you think we get free guesses, or are we gonna get like shot if we do it wrong? Like an eye beam.
I don't know. Hmm.
You could also try to open the door by mechanical means if you were inclined to use thieves' tools, perhaps.
But if there's not like, is there a place to stick thieves' tools in this door?
Not really, but you think you could probably wedge him into the side, and if you were decent enough at it, you could get enough leverage going to just pop the lock and have it slide. Depends on how dexterous one is feeling.
I'm feeling pretty dexterous. I'll give it a shot. I'm going to guidance myself first.
I think you're going to do a great job. I'll give you bardic
Mhm.
inspiration as well.
So it's this roll plus, hang on, I get more. Plus my D4. So I already forgot what that roll was. Is that 18? Plus 10, so 28.
Plus a d4 and a d6.
Plus 1, 29. Plus 1, 30.
Okay. Well, more than doubling the DC to open this door. Uh,
Excellent.
you see an eye stalk briefly come out like it would have shot at something if it thought something was picking the door, but you are so quick and so fast that it just and the door slides its way open before it particularly has time to think. That will instantly kind of give you all a very interesting and unusual sight for really anywhere that you've ever been. Let me move my other beholder bots around, don't mind them. Are looking into what appears to be a very brightly lit dance room floor. There is pumping music coming from inside, funky beats, a cacophony of color, and coalescing in the middle of it, you can see hanging from a string in the middle of the ceiling a actual disco ball that is
Nice.
spinning around. Uh, you can see murals on the wall of what appears to be the Xanathar swimming through some piles of gold. Uh, some gnomes variously being struck by eye rays of the Xanathar, also in the mural. You can take a
What are they doing?
closer. Well, as you step into the room proper,
Oh God, should we not have done that?
that depends. Who do you want to step in there first, and then maybe the rest of you might take the example. I don't know.
Uh, I'm happy for Nantaris to go for it's a party. I'm a satyr.
What color are you stepping on as you step into the room? It looks like
Oh,
you
I've
could
got
step onto green, yellow.
yellow.
All right. With a yellow, you step in, nothing happens. The light under the floor panel underneath of you lights up as you step on it, but nothing seems to occur. The music keeps going, the ball keeps spinning.
I step in next to him on a green. Because nothing
All
happened,
right.
so nothing will happen to me.
Would you like to make a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. 26.
Very nice. You hop up just for a second as a small, what appears to be something close to a disintegration ray strikes the floor underneath of you, cracking the stone and turning it into dust before you land safely back on your feet.
Maybe we should pick up Jeb for this room
It's if I leave Jeb here, I can bring him over to me without him going into the room.
with the
And
bucket.
yes, oh yeah, with the bucket should be fine.
Okay.
Um, what about the
Um,
goldfish?
I was just holding it. Did you want to hold
No,
the
I'm happy for
goldfish?
you to hold the goldfish.
I'm kind of afraid to step anymore, though.
Well, you stay here, and I'm going to party.
Okay, if you
Uh,
really think that's wise.
uh, it's a story. I do love a
Yeah,
story.
you have to survive to tell the story.
That's
Genius.
fine. You're here, and if you don't step on what I step on while I'm having a dance, you'll be fine.
But once you get killed, then I don't have anything to step on things for me. I guess I can make Jeb do it.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna have a little boogie. Yeah, Nuntaris is gonna start 70s disco dancing.
Okay.
Um, that way.
Amazing. As you start dancing and moving through here, you see the eye stalks in the room move towards you, but not shoot rays as you just disco your way across the floor.
That way.
As long as he keeps discoing, he seems to be doing fine. He's got
That
the dance
way.
fever.
If I follow him, do I get shot at?
Are you dancing?
No.
Yes. So
Okay.
that one is a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, natural 20 for 23.
Very nice. You watch a ray nearly hit you. Looked like maybe something to do with a charm type spell, but it misses you entirely.
This room really doesn't like you. It loves me.
Oh, what am I supposed to do about it?
I live a little. Have a boogie.
I don't know how to have a boogie.
It's easy. Just feel the weird music and let your body do a thing. Do your people not dance around fires and tell stories and play music? That's boring. I'm saying all of this while like proper disco dancing.
Beautiful.
I mean, I have not done that before, no. Um, that doesn't mean that changelings don't.
I don't know. Just start dancing. It's only me, you, Jebediah, and a fish.
I'll just kind of try and mimic whatever Nantaris is doing.
Okay. As you do so, the disco ball spins a little bit faster, but you do not get shot at. Uh, since you both cast a little bit of magic, that disco ball in the middle, definitely magical. It gives off just sparkles and glitter. It can't not be.
I
But
Like the
really want that
Chimeras all over
disco ball.
again.
but you can make your way through the room without an issue as long as you are choosing to dance.
I will dance quickly over to the other side.
At the other side, you do see that there is in fact another riddle on the door. Are you going to attempt it or
Let's
Let,
look at it.
okay,
while dancing, you can't stop. If you stop, you get shot.
it's true. All right. You are looking at the dance hall riddle. I take in all sights, but I can't see myself. I'm dullest in the mole, but keenest in the elf. I'm a treasured tool you would keep close in bed. Just don't bring me out, or I'll hurt you in the head.
Like an eye?
As you say I, the door opens.
The bed line is weird, but I'll take the win where I can get it.
You get the feeling that Xanathar maybe doesn't have an exact comprehension of how human physicality works. But as the door opens, you are able to see inside of what appears to be a large casino. The
With a
sounds,
dead body.
yes, the sounds of flowing coins, chips coming out of places, beeping, which is not a normal sound that you hear just in and around Waterdeep. There are gambling tables, gnomish slot machines, some roulette tables. You can see what appears to be the body of a dead human laying in front of the slot machine. He has a.
Oh, don't play the slots. Got it.
I'm going to investigate the body.
Okay.
Are there
Uh,
any
go ahead.
are there any doors out?
Looking at it, you don't see any apparent doors. You could make an investigation check to see if there is a hidden one.
Sure, Wallen and Taurus is checking out the body.
Yep, and an investigation check if you're poking through the body, a perception check if you're just looking at it, and a medicine check if you'd like to know what happened to it.
Natural one to investigate the body for a
I also
6
did
in
very
total.
poorly. I got a 7 though.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it looks to be your basic dead guy. Human, brown hair, average height, average weight, brown clothes, brown pants. Has a short sword with him. A small pouch at his side.
I'll look in the pouch.
Opening that up, there's a small leather-bound journal inside.
Ooh, what does it say? I'm gonna read it.
Giving it a flip open, it seems to start off as somebody just documenting their gambling trip through the beginning in here, but it slowly seems to descend into them being trapped in here. They can't figure out how to get the door open. There's got to be a secret password. They think it has something to do with the slot machine, but you see multiple times they say, "I'm starting to run out of money. I don't know if I'll be able to finish," and it then just proceeds to descend into some ramblings about Xanathar and how great he is and what a good party holder he is.
Looks like he's a dead gambling addict.
Hmm,
Probably starved to death.
that
Do you want
doesn't.
to play the slot machine?
Uh, do we have to?
I mean, we could play poker or roulette.
I mean, is this like a thing where we have to dance to get out? Like, do we have to play the game to get through?
I I
Uh,
think we might do.
you don't
I think
see any apparent hidden doors in here, but could be. Not with the 7 anyway.
no.
What does the slot machine look like? Is it like a old school crank handle?
Yeah, it actually has a coin slot in the front of it, like the quarter slot. And it has even the small coin return. All the machines have a little coin return down at the bottom.
Uh, I'm gonna pop a gold in.
Okay.
Gold.
You pop a gold into the slot machine, and nothing happens apparently, but you could try to pull the handle to.
I'll pull the handle.
Okay. Can you roll me 3d6s?
Separately or together?
Just all. Well, you know what? I'll just throw some out so I can tell what they are separate and together at the same time. Very nice. You watch as a picture of a beholder pops up on one side. It rolls, a picture of an elithid, and then a picture of a beholder. You hear something click in the background, but whatever it is doesn't fully open. You feel like you've just kind of succeeded in a first step of something, but you're not sure what.
Do you have Mage Hand?
Yes.
Can you like summon it inside the machine and make it turn all of the faces to the beholders?
That's not a bad idea. But that's not fun.
Well, if losing money is fun for you, then go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you, but I'd like to
I mean, there is a
keep the
large
money.
chunk of this money that's Lithbargi's,
So as long as we spend his money, it's fine.
I believe.
He doesn't need it, right?
I
Hmm.
have 173 golds worth of his money.
Are we sure that there's a chance of winning more money, or is the prize you just get to leave?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm
I'll,
not going to stop you if you want to play it. I'm just,
I mean, I'll give it another go, and then we'll see if we can brute force it. Put gold in and crank the handle.
All right. You watch as only the middle part seems to spin, landing on again the illithid.
So we just need the middle part to become a beholder, I'm thinking.
That's what I think.
The logic does follow.
I mean, he seems very vain. You've got little rock beholders, a big beholder in the steam room. I think they like looking at themselves.
Does it not get weird after a while?
Probably. I mean, I'm blue now, so I'm entertaining for days.
All right, well, did you want to do this the fun way, or did we want to try and do this my way?
Give one more go.
Okay.
Gold, crank the handle.
All right.
You get to
Once
tell,
more.
or never mind. I was
I
gonna say, or actually, yeah, still it does apply. You get to tell Lithvagi that we spent his money. You spent his money in the when we get him out of the ring.
I'm go As you say that, I'll put my hand in the bag, touch the ring, and go, Lithvagi, I didn't know you were a gambling addict, and then take my hand out of the bag and leave the ring.
it's just in there screaming. Um, you watch as a owlbear rolls around on the face.
Well, we got
Yeah,
to see a different picture this time. That was fun.
how many pictures are there?
You know,
Probably
we
six. You think you saw spin past?
if you put a mage hand on the inside, we could probably look at each one of them if you really wanted to.
We could. Or I could put a gold in like this and pull the handle again.
If you want to keep giving Xanathar your Lithvagi's money, sure.
It's not my money. It's the Thuggies. What's he gonna do with it? He's
You're
in a ring.
just funding the 1%. They don't need it. We do.
I mean, I took a music box from him. I'm quite happy.
We're funding the 1%. Uh, a picture of a mimic pops up, the classic treasure chest variety.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon a mage hand on the inside and manually try and take it round.
Amazing. Doing this, you hear a ding 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 go off as lights start flashing all around the casino proper. A little bit of triumphant music plays, and then 200 gold spits out of this thing
Let's
before
go.
it slides to the side, revealing a beaded curtain behind it. And as it slides, you can hear from within a heavy snoring.
Well, that's a
Nice.
100 gold for you, Kuro.
Nice.
I'll split down that the middle. Thank you, Lithvagi.
It was an investment after all.
Amazing. So, this part of the room doesn't necessarily need a map so much as a few words and maybe a list. Looking into
A
this
list. Do we need to be
part,
writing these down? Hang on.
eventually. Looking around this room as you part the beaded curtains, you can see works of art and gemstones and piles of gold littering this room. More gold than probably your character has seen in their life. It is honestly hard to move through the room without stepping on a coin or kicking aside some valuables. At the center of the room, you can see a huge table arrayed with a variety of what looks to be incredibly interesting magical items. An ornate glass bowl also sits in the middle of a table with a small goldfish swimming lazily around the inside. On the far side of the room from you, you see what you can only assume by the effigies that you've seen of him, the backside of a Xanathar, sleeping, making loud snoring noises, and as you watch, one of its eye stalks briefly looks up towards the ceiling and disintegrates a small hole before shutting again and going back to snoring.
Well, so much for him not wanting to disintegrate in his own room.
You think he's doing it in his sleep.
Oh, that's worse, I think. It's more
Oh,
terrifying.
so
I know this is going to be hard for you, but
it,
let's not touch any of the gold right now. Right now, just in case like it's like trapped.
but okay, what about
I'm
the
not
old?
saying we're not ever going to take it. I'm just
What
saying let's
what
not
what?
touch anything until we make the swap. Then
Okay,
maybe we
so
can do a grab and dash kind of situation.
how heavy is the fish bowl?
How heavy is the fishbowl?
The fishbowl itself is about 5 pounds, but you do only need to replace the fish itself. So you could, in theory, do a fish swap without a bowl swap. It is up to you.
Okay, how far away is the table from us?
The table is just about 30 feet away from you, with the Xanathar sleeping about 30 feet away from that.
Okay, I can mage hand the fish. We don't have to enter the room, and then we can loot it.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Are the bowls the same, or is this like we're gonna have to like grab the fish and swap them so that it's the same bowl?
That is up to you as to whether or not you think the Xanathar would notice if there were a different bowl.
He's like really smart, right?
He's pretty smart.
We should probably keep the same bowl.
Just so I'll just scoop. I'll mage hand the old fish, feed to Jebediah. Mage hand the new fish so we don't get confused which fish is which into the bowl.
Yes, good idea.
Perfect. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna mage hand over to the goldfish on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Technically, would it be classed as an attack, picking the goldfish up?
Uh, because this goldfish, whose name is Finn, is an awakened sleeper cell agent that has been spying on Xanathar for the Harpers for some amount of time, it willingly gets scooped by a hand as it sees its replacement is near.
Oh, it doesn't know.
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna look at Jebediah and go, "Don't eat the goldfish. Hold it."
Just waving around the goldfish. Just holding it.
Then I will mage hand the other one, the gill, into Finn's bowl, and I'll move Finn into Gill's bowl when the bowl is empty. That way, no fish is getting confused.
All right. Easily enough, you get Gil into the small little bowl in the middle of the table, and he immediately starts, kind of like a cat with a hairball, hacking up a sending stone so that he can send his messages outward as needed. And he just kind of looks over at you all in the doorway and gives you kind of a Finn shrug, like, "What are you still doing here?" As you are
Okay.
looking inside of the room currently, you do see that surrounding this fishbowl there are some clearly magical items. Those are labeled and available for you on your map. Whether or not you choose to take any of those is up to you. You have the opportunity to just turn around and leave.
I feel like
Ah,
that's the smart thing to do,
it is, but it's us. And we
but
are.
intelligence is my dump stat. So
I mean, I know there's a really nice pair of braces over there that would look beautiful on you. Like, I think you could really pull it off with your outfit, and
yeah,
I want to drink that weird potion.
I kind of want to read Wizardries for Dummies.
Yeah, like, okay, I don't think any of these are that particularly heavy.
Plus, we have bags of holding.
So,
I don't think we should take everything though.
I
I
think we should take everything.
I will be asking for a sleight of hand check on each item that you plan on taking.
Okay.
I don't know if that adjusts your plan at all.
The brown traveler's bag decorated with a smiling face.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bag of holding? Would we recognize that?
It looks an awful lot like one, so from this distance, you would guess it probably is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I have an idea, Kuro,
We don't need that one.
but it involves you being sneaky and me being magical.
Okay, those are both things we can do.
So if I mage hand the bag of holding open on the table, and I mage hand everything into the bag of holding that's on the table into it, you just need to sneak in and grab the bag of holding because the mage hand can't catch it.
How would that be a sleight of hand check for the mage hand? Because I might be sneakier than the mage hand if that's how it works. So I have a
It's
+10
it's definitely a sleight of
to
hand
sleight
check
of
to use
hand.
a mage hand to pick a door, so I would assume it's similar.
So maybe I should just do it because
I,
I'm
you
very
know what?
sneaky.
And I'm very inspiring. I will
With
happily,
our powers
happily,
combined,
we will
we
steal
can
everything from this
steal.
weird beholder.
We can certainly try.
Okay, yes. So
What is our most important thing? Which is the highest priority in case we have to just book it?
I kind of want to read the Wizardry for Dummies book, um, because it's got Elminster on it.
He probably doesn't even need that if he's like really good at magic and really smart. So
Yeah. I think. I mean, for me, it's everything. But the, okay, how about this? If I think properly, which takes a while,
I was gonna say, have you not been thinking properly this whole time?
you'd be amazed how good I am at not thinking properly. It's a skill. It's an art form. It took me years to develop. Okay, so you sneak in, okay?
Okay.
If he begins to wake up, I will summon Jebediah onto his face to
Okay.
distract him
And
while
then we
you
just
loot
run.
everything, and then we just run.
Okay.
Oh, even better, I will throw Grandad skin armor at him if he gets too close. Why don't we leave it as a gift? Like, we stole everything, but here, have old man in armor.
I'm as hilarious as that would be. Lithvagi will murder us as soon as he gets out of the ring.
True. Would he? I mean, he's in a ring. We could leave the ring and take Grandad.
Let's see if we can steal first.
Okay. I, I can give plenty of inspiration to you
Okay.
if needed.
Alrighty.
What are we attempting to pick up?
Let's go for the Wizardry for Dummies first.
Uh,
I and how many times can you inspire? Because I think just I
I
can guidance as much as I
oh, but
want.
I've
I
got
do
three
believe it's a
more
cantrip.
use.
Check.
It's a cantrip. I've got three uses. I can inspire you three times
All right.
easily, and then after that,
Then
I'm
we need
just
to take a
saying
nap.
nice words.
I mean, I appreciate those too, but
So,
Get little
maybe
pom
we'll
poms, be a little cheerleader. I can get 8 little pom poms and make
for
Jebediah
Jeb.
be a little
Oh,
cheerleader.
love that for
oh,
you.
poor Jeb.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe I'll start with the inspiration, and then if we steal more than three things, then I can go to guidance.
Amazing. That'll be a sleight of hand to attempt to steal the Wizardry for Dummies book.
Oh, that was so close to being a one, and it wasn't. 23.
Amazing.
I think that'll be okay, so I'm not going to use the.
Yeah, easily enough. You pick up Wizardry for Dummies. This I'll tell you about it a little bit more later, but it will give you an allowance of some extra spells of the wizard variety, almost no matter who you are. It was written by an ancient wizard who wanted to rectify her idiot sorcerer of a son who couldn't read spell books.
So I could give this character prestidigitation, even though I can't take prestidigitation.
You could.
Maybe.
You could.
Excellent. Okay.
I will get you all handouts for these too, but just at a quick glance, that's what that looks to be.
All right. I'm just gonna stick stuff in the bag of colding for now.
Fair
We'll
enough.
get. I'm sure the cold won't damage this book. Probably.
Surely not.
It'll be fine.
What should we go for next? I do like the look of those bracers. We'll go for the bracers next.
Okay. You grab some bracers. What is our sleight of hand for that one?
That's a 30.
It's just a chill 30. You
Just a
know,
chill 30.
silent as the grave in here. There are golden bracers bearing
Yeah.
tiny images of skulls and spirits woven into the filigree. When you wear these bracers, you gain the effects of a death ward spell daily at dawn.
Ooh,
It lasts for 24 hours, and as an action in an emergency, you could cast the Revivify spell, but
that would have been nice a while ago.
the bracers will disintegrate after that happens.
Oh.
These are called a soul nest bracers. And again, I'll get you a card for those two.
I want the boots. The
Boots.
little light blue. The boots. They match my fur.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, need some boots.
I will go out for the light blue boots decorated with clouds next.
Amazing.
For 20.
Still not too bad. A little bit louder picking up a pair of boots, but they're a little lighter than you expected, so they just quickly come up off the table. These are boots of levitation.
Ooh.
Never touch the ground again.
Now I can fly over sewage.
These
That's
are
all you
all
wanted
things
in
that would have
life.
been helpful in the past.
Wild, I know.
Do we want to push our luck or should we just
Yes.
get out of here?
Yes, he says.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's me and Jebediah actively quietly cheering.
All right, fine. Let's go ornate jewelry box.
Ooh.
Ornate jewelry box. All right.
27.
Why do we even try? It is a jewelry box that has an elemental gem inside of it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but it also has 600 gold pieces worth of various gems in it. Thus far, the Xanathar snores away quietly in the corner. There is the occasional eye beam that goes off just randomly, but they're easy enough to dodge if it's not pointing directly at you.
Should we go? Should I keep stealing? I don't know.
You're doing great. Carry on. Come on.
All right. I'll go for the ring with the diamonds. $26.
Solid. All right, ring with diamonds. That is a diamond signet ring that you recognize. It's probably worth about maybe 800 gold pieces, but it's a ring that is the same signet that you were told to keep an eye out for by a person that Lethvagi made a deal with to search for an individual
Uh-oh.
down here that had a diamond signet ring.
He's dead.
I think he was the gambling addict.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows?
I mean,
Watch, we're gonna steal all these things, then we're not gonna be able to get back out through the door because we have all of them.
Just dragging them out. I mean, you can press your luck as much as you care to. It has not yet woken up. It is sleeping. If it does wake up, it is a beholder. That's
That's the
what I'm
thing
gonna
that
say
I'm
about
worried
it.
about. That's the part I'm worried about. the part where it's a beholder. Well, I'll try for the Raven, and then I'll be done.
Okay.
And we should get out of here.
But it's going so well.
15?
Plus your inspiration.
Uh,
You've not used that yet.
no. 20.
All right. There's a brief, like, little bit of a wake up snore, and then it just starts snoring again, and you pick up a figurine of wondrous power, Silver Raven variety.
All right, let's get out of here.
His Nintara is still just staring at this table of leftovers.
Yep.
I think we've done pretty well.
I think we could do more.
I mean, it's just like, it seems like potions and stuff. Do we want to
Okay.
do it
Uh,
there? We haven't
uh,
used the potions we have, so we've gained potions in this endeavor.
okay, so we've taken 6 things out of 11. That leaves 5 things. We don't need the bag of holding. That leaves 4 things.
We took this
So
one,
we took
that one.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1.
Yeah.
So that leaves
And we
two.
don't need this one.
Don't need that one. So this one looks interesting. That's a point. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems funny. I want to drink whatever this is.
So you just want all four of the leftover
You
four
just want
things, right?
everything.
Yeah. I have an idea. It's a little bit mad.
Okay.
And it would require running very, very fast.
Well, I'm trying to think of what we came through. So
We came through the
if
disco hall,
if we're
which we'd
still
have to
clean,
dance
we should
through.
be able to get through everything fine as long as we're dancing through the one room.
Yeah. How full of holes is the roof? If I make a perception check, how like weak and kind of collapsible does it look?
Mm. It's still a pretty solid piece. You do know that you're a fair ways under the city at this point, at least 3 stories under the average street, so you don't think collapsing it would collapse anything integral to the city proper, which is a thing to consider when you're underground. But it it looks like it would take a significant amount of force for it to break. Uh, it's a little Swiss cheesy, but it is still stone, probably dwarven built by the look of it.
Okay. Right. Do you have? I think I have. Yes, I do. Right. This is my idea. I'm going to pull out one of the invisible bottles of, as I've got written down, very explosive melt through stuff.
Do we have to do an explosive thing?
Okay. I'm going to go over. Right. I'm going to make with the mage hand holding the potion, the explodey one. And if I just scoop everything into the bag of holding, bar the other bag of holding, because that's
Well, if we're just gonna
silly.
steal everything anyways, why not just let me do it sneaky?
Okay.
You could prep the explodey thing in your hand to just be able to throw at a moment's notice if you're feeling on edge about it.
So we're 30 foot from the table.
Mm-hmm.
The beholder is 30 foot from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with you to the table and then mage hand the explodey thing above the beholder. And if the beholder wakes up, I will just drop the explodey thing right on it while we run away very fast and dance through that one room and don't get distracted by booze or the funky soaps.
Okay.
Or
We've
the disco ball in there?
it's fine. I have a music box.
All right. Guess I'll continue stealing.
All right.
I can give you more inspiration because you are doing a fantastic job.
I feel like
Thank
there's just an
you.
Antares interpretive dancing over there trying to get across that you're doing a good job.
You're doing so much better than Lethvargi ever could have.
Aw.
He never got a chance, bless him.
Robbery watching later. Just- all
All right. I'll just go down the list stealing, I guess.
right. Two stopper glass cups holding green and red liquids, one sleight of hand.
All right. 16 plus. I'll use that inspiration for 19.
It does snore just a bit. The bottle wavers
Oh.
above it, but it does not wake up. And you find yourself putting away two pots of marvelous pigments, as in the magic paint you can use to paint things that become real.
Ooh. All right. And then I've got one inspiration left.
I can keep. Yep. Just this is the. You're doing a great job. This is the last thing I can do until I have a sleep. I mean, we could have a sleep. He's sleeping. He's not going anywhere.
Just take a
Like,
nap
Just
with
a
him.
slumber party with Xanathar.
why not? He seems cuddly.
Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. There's the natural one. But here's the d6 for a 12.
Which one were you going for?
Whatever the next one was, the turquoise glass vessel shaped like a drinking horn.
Amazing. So there is a brief moment where everything is going so well and has been going so well up until this point, when instantly there is just a bunch of chaos. You begin to reach for that drinking horn, and before you've quite comprehended that the snoring has stopped and that the large thing in front of you is beginning to rise, there is a large explosion, a fireball type situation. Would you like to make me a dexterity check, Kuro? Uh, just to see if your kind of sleight of handy type background kicks in.
21.
Very nice. You, in one movement, sweep a bunch of the rest of the magic items into the bag and start running for the door.
Excellent. Let's go. Time to go.
You don't know what you just picked up, but you think you got most of it. There is a large thing that is currently on fire, a single eyeball moving around wildly, rising behind you as it coughs its way through the explosion, and you can hear it screaming, "Intruders in my lair! How did you get past my ingenious traps? You'll die for your insolence!" And you hear the eye stalks start going off in the room just as you make it to the front door of the casino. We'll be doing this in sort of an initiative order as you are attempting to leave the situation. So,
Ah, we're in the sewers again.
not in the sewers.
Yay!
Oh no! At least now you have boots. Um,
If one of us wear one boot each, can we still hover over the suit?
only if you make a dexterity saving throw to hop on one foot. I think that's
I bet
required.
I have great balance.
So, you all have your movement speed, so you should be able to move roughly 30 feet around, possibly more. I don't know what Jebediah's speed is or if he's being carried.
I'm going to. His speed is slow. Um, so I will be carrying him.
All right. Picking up Jebediah and moving onwards, are you stepping onto the dance floor on this turn, or your movement is just enough to get you to the door?
We have movement action. We can dash.
You very well could.
Is dancing an action?
We will call dancing a free action. You can do it while moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna dash across and I'm just gonna boogie my little self over this floor while I move to here.
All right.
Yeah.
Easily enough, ducking underneath of the spinning disco ball in the middle of the room, you dash your way to the other side.
I will do that as well. Do some sort of like flaily hand thing to
While
try and
carrying the
count as
goldfish.
dancing. Yeah, I've got the goldfish and I
The
don't know.
goldfish up in the top. Ah, ah! Just thrown out. As you make your way through that set of doors, you hear another explosion behind you as the outline of a disintegration ray takes out the wall of the dance floor behind you. And as you shut the door, you just see a large, angry, smoldering eye coming into the room. So you shut the next door and you are in the next part. You do hear more explosions followed by something that sounds like, ow! Stupid disco ball.
Run. Yes.
Run. It's nice that all these rooms are like exactly 30 feet across, which is my movement speed.
It's handy. So are we just running or dashing this
I'm
round?
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
dash.
dash, so I can go an
Yep.
extra 30.
Very
I
nice.
can go an extra. Actually, what is an extra 30? That extra 30 is just to the edge of the door.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna. Would Mage Hand still be active?
Probably. What you trying to do with it?
Uh, no, that's right. I can use. It's an action to do the thing, so I shall wait.
Okay. You can still hear behind you this beholder screaming out various threats, saying that the creatures of the Underdark, his agents from everywhere will be after you. He knows who you are. You don't think he knows who you are, but he definitely knows who you are according to his yelling. You can not hear him floating, but you can hear the sounds of things being disintegrated along his way as he begins to come down through there. You also hear that he is talking about how great he is and how much better he is than you, and you're not entirely sure that he isn't spending a lot of his free time, instead of moving as much as he could be, monologuing.
I will. Gotta keep yourself
As
entertained somehow.
we will steal this little goblin here as a place marker, and as he busts into the room at the end of his turn, let me roll a d4.
Great.
Great.
One of us is about to get got.
Jebediah, it's gonna be you, and I can't summon you until I get more incense.
Yeah, Jebediah, can I have him make a strength saving throw?
Well, yeah, of course you can. That's a 12 minus 4, 8.
Okay. Uh, you watch as Jebediah is thrown across the room and hits the wall before sliding down with a telekinetic ray. He takes 2 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Hey, still alive.
Alright. That is the end of the Xanathar's turn. At the beginning of your all's turn, you are looking at a beholder taking up the entirety of the entryway to this room, the large set of double doors behind you, and your octopus mildly wall splattered across the way.
Are we trying to grab Jeb? Or are we just
I
running?
I'm gonna get Jeb to run to me because it's about 15 foot.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's 10 foot. I'm gonna run through the door. As I run through the door with my action, I'm gonna get the mage hand to knock all of the lotions and potions into the bath. So there's just this weird concoction of smells and hopefully weird colors.
More than a concoction of weird smells and colors, as you, Jebediah, and Kuro exit this room into the comparatively much more drab outer guild area, you see colors light up from inside, but more bubbles as the entire room begins to overflow with soap bubbles, completely coating the beholder that you can still just barely see inside, still firing eye rays and still screaming about finding you and taking back what you have stolen. But as the door shuts, the guards nod at you.
It,
Go well?
he's, yeah, but you know what?
You
It
owe
went
him 5 gold.
brilliantly.
What?
Uh, he's a bit tetchy at the minute. He was firing off some disintegrate rays in his sleep, and he accidentally clipped himself.
Oh, he
So
reaches. Go ahead.
he's kind of, uh, wrecked the place.
As the yelling slowly starts to reach the front of the room, he reaches up and rings a bell, and you can see above it is just a picture of the beholder. And he just rings it as loud as you can, and you start hearing people say, "Bug out, clear out, let's go!" And they just begin moving outwards into these side tunnels that lead off into different parts of the sewers. Following a couple of them, you all are easily enough able to make your way back to your main entrance of the dungeon to be able to pick up your friend next time we pick up, as you all have achieved the most magical items thus far in the campaign, and I can't wait to watch you break the world with them, so that should be entertaining.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna
I
love
I,
it.
I was happy with my potion of Feywildness. Like everything else after that was just cream on a cake. I was like, yeah, great. I have a music box. I can change the color of my fur.
A plus. A plus stuff. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we will catch you all again next week.